welcome to the Mid-Canada Karate Championships being held here at Cambrian College. Hello and welcome to the Mid-Canada Karate Championships being held here at Cambrian College again for the 5th straight year. What you're looking at right now is what they call the Ginzo division. Okay, it is sparring for 35 years and older. These are what we call the older guys in the crowd. Okay, guys that have been in the arts for a while, and those that are starting later on in their life. What you're looking at right here is a Kuksalwan fighter dressed in black, and a man from D's Karate Club in Espanola that are sparring. Now in sparring, you notice that they're wearing safety equipment. They've got on their feet, they have safety kick. On the bottom, it is flat and cut open so that the feet are always on the ground. There's no foam underneath the feet. If you take a look at it when they walk around, you'll see the feet coming out. On the safety punch, you'll see that the hands are open, so you'll see the fingers sticking out. It's not like a boxing glove. This is done this way so that they can still grab and punch each other. Now, the different fighting styles here, you'll notice that one guy's got a white gi, one guy's got a black gi. They're both from different styles. The guy in the white gi is a Goju-Ryu stylist, which is a Japanese karate style. And the other gentleman in the black suit, okay, is a Kuksalwan stylist, which is a Korean style. Now you'll notice that the flags went up. What happens during the match is that it's 3 points or 2 minutes long, and whichever it is that comes first. Now you score a point by going into a vulnerable area of the body. Now in this case, one person will get a red strap placed in the back of him, and the other person doesn't get any. That way there you have red and white flags all over the place, meaning the 4 corners. So the whole entire area of the ring is covered with people who have red and white flags. Now these, you have a center referee who's the chief referee. Then you have the corner referees, and it's their job to call points. Okay? Right now you have 2 Goju-Ryu stylists. One of them comes from the Goju school on Manitoulin Island, and the other one is from Sudbury. Now you'll notice the difference in their rank as well. The one from Manitoulin Island is a brown belt. The one from Sudbury is a green belt. In the Ginzo division, which is over 35, there aren't the same divisional change-offs as you'll see in the regular men, because in the regular men's division you'll have a white and yellow belt division, then an orange and green belt division, then a blue and brown belt division. Now, what they do is when somebody calls points, they separate the fighters. The center referee calls for points. In this case, there was a bunch of flags that went up for white. You need 3 confirmations for a full point. 3 confirmations being either 3 of the corner judges or 2 corner judges and the center referee. Now, each one is trying to psych the other one out, obviously, at this point. They're trying to find the advantage, the opening. The center referee is Andy Karnowski from Traverse City, Michigan. He's a Mudakwan Tungsudo stylist, which is a Korean style. That's Andy Karnowski I'm talking about, the center referee. Now the corner referees are a mixture of Japanese and Korean judges. Right now the score is 2 points for white, no point for red. The area they fight in is an area that's 20 feet by 20 feet. And they cannot go outside the confines of this ring. The areas that are open to them is the mask area. They can do a technique to the mask area, which is where the kick was just now, and they'll call a point because that's a good kick. You have 4 calls for white. White is the winner. The areas that you cannot hit, okay, you cannot hit the spine, the throat, any joints in the knee. There is no sweeping of the base leg. In other words, if one leg is up, you can't go and try and sweep the other leg that's on the floor down. Now what happens is you see two of the gentlemen that were up a while ago. When two people fight and you lose, you automatically get eliminated until you get into the last 4 gentlemen. And these two guys, 2 of them have to fight, and then the 2 winners will fight each other for first and second, and then the 2 losers will fight each other for third and fourth. There's 4 places in the division. This Mid-Canada Karate Championships this year, okay, is being sponsored by Oriental Arts Academy and also by Spooner Brothers Collision Center. Now, both of the gentlemen at Spooner Brothers are both involved in the arts as well. Earlier today, we ran off all the forms divisions.
Could I have your attention, please? Brown Pontiac is going to get a toe job for the Open Festival. Whoever owns a Brown Pontiac, please remove it. It's blocking the drive.
And yet to go, after this, we have the lightweight black belt sparring. We have the heavyweight black belt sparring. We have the self-defense championship, and also Canada versus USA. And we also have a grand championship where the winner of the lightweight will spar against the winner of the heavyweight. These guys are have been training different lengths of time. Okay, when you're the thing in the ranking system goes from white, yellow, orange, green, blue, brown, then black. From white to orange, it's approximately 6 months before you go for your grading, and to get to your brown belt, it's generally about 2.5 years before you go up for your grading for your brown. So there's a little diversification here in the amount of time that's being spent training. But like I said earlier, the division is Ginzo. It's 35 and over, and we've given them their division all by themselves, and they all appreciate it, even if there's a major change in style, and if there's a big difference in the duration of the training time. So now you have a green and a blue belt. Both these stylists are Japanese stylists. One is a Sudbury Japanese stylist, and the other one is from Espanola. Now what's happening is one of the guys is not wearing a mouth guard, which is one of the mandatory things to wear, one of the safety equipments that he must wear. And the center referee just made sure that he still wanted to spar even though he was not wearing that. So he brings the Otis on him if he gets hit in the mouth. Okay. Now you'll notice that there's a difference in the way they fight. One guy kind of crunches down a bit, so he wants to be able to spring up. One point for white. Now the judge just told him to get back in the on the line. And you'll notice the way they're kind of leery and careful, okay? Because one of the big things is you're looking at people who are fighting about the same skill level, you know, roughly the same age group, you know, so everything is close, especially between this green and this blue belt. But it's still a battle of nerves and a war of psychological peer pressure between them. Notice the concentration, okay? Like they really, really concentrate on what they're doing, okay? Because when you're doing that, you really don't hear anything except what your center referee is telling you when he tells you to stop and when he tells you to go. Get a little bobbing and weaving. Okay, 1, 2, 3 red, 1 point red. So it's 2-1 for the white right now. White is the winner. There you go. So looks like we're at the end of that division. If you look right to the background, you'll see a 6-foot Grand Championship trophy. That's the trophy that will go to the person who wins between a lightweight and a heavyweight battle. There's a closer look at it. Okay, what's happening now is that they're presenting the competitors with their placement. That's the 3rd place winner. Second place winner from Sudbury is Tom Orendorff. Tom did well. He also placed in the forms division as well. Tom is well known in the city. Now you'll notice at the end they have to bow. They have to bow at the beginning and at the end, at the start of their division, because it's very, very important to show respect. Now, what's happening is we have a lightweight black belt and heavyweight black belt division to go, and they've yet to announce which one is going to go back into that ring number 4. Anyway, like I was saying a little while ago, the guy, oh, by the way, the guy you're looking at right in front of you is Buzz Smith. He's an Indonesian martial artist from an Indonesian style, and it's Kuntao, and that's from, like I was saying, Indonesia. And Buzz is from Traverse City, Michigan as well, same hometown as Andy Kronowski, the center referee you were just looking at, is from. Okay, when these people train, okay, they have to train in basics and moving basics, and they have to train in form and sparring and all kinds of things. So it's a very long process. They don't just come here and suddenly jump into the ring and decide that they're going to fight. Okay, there's a very, very long process to get here, because you can't be out of your ranking or division, because if you are, you're going to end up being so totally outclassed that that you lose every little ounce of confidence you ever had. Okay, because you'll walk in and the match will be over in seconds. This way here, as long as everybody is matched for his own skill level, duration of time training, and rank, okay, everybody should be close to being the same, or as close as humanly possible that we can get it. Okay, what you're looking at right now is you're looking at what we call a Q belt division. Okay, and it is the green. I got a green belt in there with brown is in there, so it's a Q belt division. These guys here are the ones that are striving to become black belts. Like I told you a little while ago, when you start training, you have to go through certain gradings after certain many of months of being in your dojo, and you go from white to yellow to orange to green to blue to brown. Then you go to what we call Shodan Ho, or temporary black belt. Then Shodan. The little beanbag you saw thrown in the center right there is just to tell the center referee that time is over. But because they had a tie, these two are now in a sudden death. So in other words, sudden death is, you know, we don't mean they're going to kill each other. We just mean that the first point is the winner. So there will be no catching up. So the point that's in, if the point that's called right now is stopped, if there's at least 3 that are up, then he's won, match is over, and we've got the winner of that match. The Mid-Canada Karate Championships, like I said, it's the 5th one. It's probably the biggest tournament in the North right now, and you know, it's through I would say good organization and good people who come out and sponsor it, because people are coming over from everywhere, stateside and in Canada, and they all pull together and everybody judges and does the best that they can to try and be helpful. What you're looking at is a shot of that 6-foot trophy for the grand champion, and just to the left of that you'll see, going down in order, a slight difference in size, will be your first place, second place, third place trophies, and on the table was just a plaque, is what they give for fourth place. Now you'll notice that if you take a look at the outfits, or what we call the gis these people are wearing, you'll see all kinds of different crests and different emblems on them. The crest or the emblems either denote the style, or else it'll denote the club, or it'll denote the association or federation to which all these individuals belong. Okay? Now it's important that they wear that, because you must be proud of the system or the school or the federation you represent. But it's also very good if there's ever a problem with anybody, you know exactly where they come from. So you can identify their school and their instructors like immediately just by looking at any student. You don't have to know everybody who's competing on the floor, and it's virtually impossible with 300 competitors on the floor to know who's who. But this here will give you an indication of at least where to go and where to start if there's a problem. Okay, when the competitor goes down, the opposing competitor only has 3 seconds to be able to make his score. Okay, in some tournaments it's 2 seconds. Okay, this particular tournament it's 2. Now you'll notice one guy is wearing a little red tag in the back. That goes and is part of that flag thing. Now the strap that you see in the back of the man wearing the black gi is his jock strap. Some people wear it on the outside, some people wear it on the inside. Center referee in this ring is Don Benoit from Sudbury. It's important that these guys have the right attitude so that they don't go in there and hurt each other as well. They're waiting for confirmation of points. You now have a 1-1 tie. So both these gentlemen are aware of the tie. Now, like I said, even though you're concentrating on your match, you still know what's going on in your match. And you have call red, 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 3 red, 1 white, red wins. Now what happens is, after you win your match, because the people who are the volunteers at the table don't know the competitors, because they're basically volunteers who are not necessarily martial artists, they have to be told who the winner is. So then that's exactly what happens, is the competitor goes over and he tells them who he is so that he can be marked down on the next step. Okay. Now the elimination or flow chart, it's down by this, is used on the bye system. And as an example, if you have 9 people competing in a particular division, you have to have 2 guys fight. And when 1 guy is eliminated, then you're down to 8 people. Then when 8 people fight, you have 4 people left. And when 4 people are left, then you go down to 2 people. Then 2 people are left, you go down to 1. That's basically how it works. And then you determine your first, second, third, and fourth place divisions that way. Now you'll notice that the 2 competitors that are in the ring right now are talking to each other, okay, and it shows that there's no animosity, and there isn't any in the arts, nor should there be, because they're supposed to be men of honor, and that's basically what you're trying to press to them. So they're really friends, even though it may not look like it at the time. They really are. And as a matter of fact, when you compete in international open tournaments like this, you make friends all over the place. And you get used to competing with each other as long as you stay in the arts. And even if you belong to different schools in different cities, you keep going to the same tournaments all the time. What happens is you start becoming friends because you start fighting at all the tournaments. And both your skill levels are going to be improved because you fight each other, so you feed off each other. So you see, he's trying to hold the arm so he can go up and hit him. And that's an allowable technique, to grab onto the arm and go in and try and punch him.
Black belt, lightweight, Henry Clarkson. We'll be getting everything going in a second. We have
Hey, now that he's bent over, he hasn't been hurt. He's just trying to get his breath.
Self-defense is Canada versus U.S. team championship.
Now, just keep an eye on these people for a second. Hey, you can see the smile on their faces. So they're in there to have a good time, you know, and camaraderie is a very important aspect to what they're doing. So. Right now you're looking at Korean stylist and a Japanese stylist. Now, they're ready to go again. He stops him just for confirmation of points, and away they go again.
Can we use the black belt for a no game in self-defense? Black belt for a no game in self-defense. I'll let Buzz pick out the American side.
Okay, now what's happening, all right, is they're doing the presentation here right now. we're going down to 4 places. We've got a first, second, third, and fourth in each division. That goes in forms as well as in sparring. In fact, these guys have every right to be proud of themselves, because this is a major international tournament, and the competition is very, very stiff. So now what happens at this tournament here is, after you win a division, you've got to go get your picture taken, because we try and keep a tabulation of all the people that are winning, and work on a point system, because they belong to the Can-Am system. Now, the Canadian-American system is a group of tournament promoters in the northern U.S. and in Canada that try and run their rings by the same rules, same regulations. Okay, so it makes it much, much easier for the competitors to always have the same consistent rules, rather than have things change on them repeatedly. So consistency is the big thing for us, and that's why we try and do things together as much as humanly possible. Okay, now what you're seeing lined up right now is the black belt lightweight. Now you're looking at the judges. You're looking at Don Benoit, Bob Carson, Ron Rassicot, Sensei Yamanaka, and Rudy Timmerman. Those are the 5 judges. Now you have a major cross-section of people here. Okay, you've got 2 Korean stylists, 2 Japanese stylists, and you have Master Yamanaka in the corner as well. That's who you're looking at right now, is Master Yamanaka. Master Yamanaka came up from Toronto to help sponsor the tournament and be a part of it, and we really appreciate that. We appreciate every single black belt who ends up coming up here. You know, like, these guys put in an awful lot of time. They start early, they drive all the way up here. They come up here and we have a meeting and we explain everything to them, and then they go on the floor all day long. Okay, like, these eliminations start around between 12 and 12:30, and they're on the floor all day, and most of them don't even get a break. They don't even stop for anything to drink. Okay, and then a lot of them end up competing at the end of the day themselves. So it ends up to be a really, really long day. You're looking at a competitor from Toronto there right now. He's from what they call the Humbu Club, which is one of Sensei Yamanaka's students. Humbu is the main headquarters for an international federation. And Yamanaka Sensei, who you're looking at right now, is the international president of the Udansha Kobujitsu Karate Do Federation for the world. And he spends an awful lot of time traveling. He's got an exceptionally busy schedule. I was very fortunate that our school was able to get him up here. Like I say, we're just trying to get things organized. So you're watching the Mid-Canada Karate Championships, the 5th annual. And we've had quite a few competitors here during the whole course of the day. And the competition is brought to you thanks to Oriental Arts Academy and also to Spooner Brothers Collision Center. And we appreciate it when business gets involved in a sporting event like this. What you're looking at right now is a Japanese stylist, and you're also looking at a Korean stylist. Now you'll notice the skill and the speed of the techniques. It was white point to the groin. Okay, what happens is sometimes when you start going after somebody and they start blocking, they start heading backwards and you end up out of the ring. If you're a competitor and you have one leg outside the ring and the other one inside, you can be scored upon, but you cannot score to your opponent. If both your legs are outside, then you cannot be scored upon or score upon. Well, same thing when you hit the ground. You only have a couple of seconds to be able to do your scoring. If it doesn't work, but the guy who falls on the floor just like he did can also score. He's got the same 2 seconds. They have to understand that these 2 people have never seen each other before. They don't know where each one of them comes from or what they do. White is the winner. All right, this is the safety equipment that we were talking about a little while ago. See that they have no sole? There's nothing underneath it, so it's just your bare foot, okay? Now that top that you're looking at, okay, it's all done all the way around. So if you do a heel kick to somebody's face, or you try and kick them with the top of your foot, okay, what happens, this is for the protection of the other competitor, not for yourself. This is to make sure that you don't cut, so that there's no bleeding. All right, so you can have a little bit of contact, and you help prevent some of the redness and injuries. And everybody has to wear it. It's mandatory. You're looking at two Sudburyans right here, Dennis Dallaire and Andy Spooner, sparring. One is a Korean stylist, the other one is a Japanese stylist. Now, one of the things that all tournaments trying to do is that no matter how many people from your school are going to be competing, they try and arrange it so at least your first fight is with somebody from a different school or a different style or a different system, so that you don't end up fighting with the same guy that you end up fighting with every day when you train, because that wouldn't be fair. You'll notice the difference in the gi, or the outfit that you were looking at just a second ago, with the gold along the bottom. That's part of the Kuxel one. Okay, you notice the crest in the back? Okay, that gold trim indicates that in that style he has been graded after going through the Kuxel one system. The reason they do that is if you join the Kuxel one, but you're from another Korean organization, you can wear your black belt, but you are not recognized as a Kuxel one black belt until you go through their entire system up to black belt and know it. Calling for points, not enough saw the point. That tapping on the floor, okay, is an indication to the center referee that somebody has left the ring. It's done more as an audible sound, so rather than him yelling out, out, and too many people get confused, he just hits the floor and everybody can hear it. So you know someone is out. Okay, the winner was Dennis Dallaire from the Taekwondo School on Berry Down.
Went on the dot. Didn't. Oh, so do I. I'll let you know how he is, not just that.
Okay, what you're watching right now is two gentlemen from Korean arts. One of them is a Hapkido stylist, John Reed from Sault Ste. Marie. Okay, and the other one is from Chelmsford. Good techniques. You'll notice the tap on the floor after to indicate that one of them was on the outside with both feet. Therefore, there couldn't be any scores called. Okay. It's young Mr. Forte in the black gi from Chelmsford. You notice that they end up shaking hands. Well, just to show and indicate that it is a good point. You really got to appreciate these guys when they train so hard and so long, and they both get in the ring and they're each other's adversary, and they both want to win, but they both wish each other luck as well, you know. Not too much luck, but a little bit of luck, you know. And neither one of them wants to have any kind of an injury, and each one of them has respect for the other person's skill, and that's why you see these guys not just blasting in there, but are a little bit leery of each other, have that caution, that respect. Now the tournament that ran today started at 12 o'clock, and it's been running straight through pretty smoothly for 5 hours, over 5 hours now, and we still have a few divisions ready to go. You're looking at young Mr. Benoit from Sudbury Goju, and the other one is a Korean style. So you notice that he has a lot of drop-down groin techniques. Okay, now another thing too that you'll notice when these competitors are ready to go at each other's is you'll have a major difference in age. In other words, you can have a gentleman become a black belt at the age of 16. Okay, so you'll have 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old guys who will be fighting in the black belt division with guys who are 30, 32, 33, 34, just before they go into the Ginzo division, which was the division you saw at the beginning of the broadcast, which was 35 and over. Score is now 1 for red, 0 for white. That's what you call a ridge hand. There was light contact. The judges have to make a decision whether or not it was in the mask area. No, they decided that it was above the mask area on the forehead, so they called the full point. So now we're at 1-1. Notice the quick jabbing kicks, and then all of a sudden the other gentleman comes back. They go back and forth. They now do a stop of time. All right, that's part of the crowd that attended the championships today. I don't know how many hundreds of people that came out, but there was quite a few spectators as well as competitors today. Some of the things that are upcoming later on are going to be 2 divisions in self-defense, and you'll see a Canada versus USA team championship, which is a lot of fun. That division is totally and completely done just for the benefit of all the competitors, just to enjoy themselves, because we have a lot of American competitors and a lot of Canadian competitors here today. Just see them coming up. The facilities here at Cambrian College are really, really excellent, because we're able to run 7 different rings around here. Something that is too small would take too long. So if we could run 7 rings, we can run a tournament in 7 hours rather than run the tournament in 9 or 10 hours. Makes a big, big difference to the competitors. Up now, what you see is young Mr. Forte from Chelmsford, and you see Buzz Smith who's from Traverse City, Michigan, one of our American competitors in the lightweight division. Now you'll notice that the top on Buzz is a little bit different, okay, and that's because the style that top that they use is an Indonesian style, okay. It's just contact. He will stop time. We're going to take a look at him now. That's a doctor that we have there. Actually, we have two doctors there right now. Now they have to assess what the contact was, how hard he got hit, whether or not he can continue. So there's lots of decisions that have to be made here now. And the first thing is the center referee must wait to see what the decision of the doctors is, because the doctor overrides all decisions by anybody. So if the doctors say he can't compete, then that's the final word. He cannot compete, because safety is the first order of the day. Buzz gets up. He gets a hand. Doctors obviously say that he can compete. Now the center referees are going to make a decision on whether or not it's going to be heavy contact or light contact. If it's heavy contact, then there's going to be a disqualification. Judges will make a decision. First warning, next time there's contact, there will be a disqualification. You got to understand that you have two competitors here that are fighting. One of them is a very young black belt, about 18 years old, and the other one could have been sparring in a Ginzo division, over 35. So there's a big difference between the ages. But Buzz is an excellent competitor, terrific attitude. You can see by the way they bring up their leg and get ready to kick and pull it back. Respect that they have for each other, knowing that the other one will counter as soon as the leg comes up. So Buzz is opening up his arms, inviting the other competitor to try and hit him, because as soon as he does, what he's looking for is to block it right away and go in and counter. No point, no score came up. Only two went for white. Time's been called, there's no points up. So you're looking at 1 point sudden death coming up. Here they go again, no rest. Now, time will not be a factor here. In other words, the center referee does not ask for time to be called, because time is no longer used. What they're looking at now is only simply what is the next point that's going to come out. As soon as it comes up, he's the winner. So the first mistake that's done by one competitor and the other one takes advantage of it, that's it. Now you'll notice that there's lots and lots of caution. That was a roundhouse kick from the back leg. Tries to come around, kick the head with the instep. That was well blocked. But if you watch the difference in the way the competitors, even the referees, dress, there's an exchange of blows. Notice that they really wear much different outfits. There's the winner. And you notice that the amount of respect that they show to each other, even upon losing and winning. Mr. Benoit and Dennis Dallaire are now up. And as earlier, you have a Japanese stylist and a Korean stylist. And both these gentlemen train in Sudbury at different schools, obviously, but they both train in Sudbury. You notice the way they shake hands at the beginning. They've got to show mutual respect to each other. Boom. It's a nice punch to the face by their red competitor. 5, that's 1 point, red. As you watch this, what you should be doing is trying to see what you would call a point, what you see as a score. Now, obviously, the higher the rank, the closer the technique has to be. You don't judge a junior the same way you judge a brown belt in a men's division or a black belt. Black belts must have much, much better control. They must get in much, much closer. But it never changes. The referee system always stays the same. We always have one chief referee and 4 corner referees. The chief referee is the one that has absolute control of the ring. He's the one who decides when to stop the match, when to stop the time. Okay? But he's not necessarily the one to stop it every time that there's a point scored. Okay? Any of the corner referees can call point. And as soon as the center referee hears that, he will stop everything and start trying to find confirmation of point. You have 4 for red. Red is the winner. Notice at the end the way they shake hands. I'll tell you, it's tough when you have these 18-year-old black belts coming up, and you know you've been competing for years and years. But it shows the type of training that these men have, and the attitude they have that they can still be competing after years and years and years. And these young 17 and 18-year-old black belts are just starting out in their career in the arts. Not to say that the others are finished their career in the arts, because God knows you can still stay in there and train for a long, long time. I have one gentleman who started with me about 9 months ago. And he started his training. He is 67 years old. So everybody can get whatever it is that they desire out of the arts. Even though both these gentlemen are Korean stylists, you can see the difference in the gi, the uniform that they're wearing. Okay. One of them is a Taekwondo stylist. Dennis, the man in white, okay, with the black trim, is Taekwondo stylist. The other one, it's written on his back, he's Kuksulwan, but he's also a Korean stylist. Kuksulwan has just come into Canada within the last year and a half or two, and it's spreading well amongst Korean stylists. The master of the Kuksulwan, Kuksanim, is an exceptionally impressive man, quite a master. That's Sensei Benoit from Sudbury Goju-Ryu. Okay, he had the red flag up. There was not enough confirmation. And away they go again. You'll notice how they change their stances from one side to the other. Depending on how they find it will enhance their ability to be able to get in and get after their competitor. Sometimes they move to try and entice him to come in, trying to anticipate, because a lot of sparring is just like playing chess. You try and anticipate what your opponent is going to do and try and force him to make that move. And when he does, hopefully, you're ready to go in and counter it and take care of it. White is the winner. And again, you notice the camaraderie, that shaking of hands. That's exceptionally important. Like, these competitors will bow when they get in the ring to show a sign of respect to all the judges and the referees. They'll shake hands at the beginning of the match, at the end of the match, you know. So there are no winners and losers when you're in the arts. We all learn from each other. And that's what makes these competitions so neat and so much fun. It's the exchange. You find that these lightweight black belts they like to use very fast, very crisp techniques. Groin technique was almost in, but not quite. And there you go again, you know, like you can still see where you have a young competitor and more experienced competitors, let's say, in the same ring. You also notice that Buzz Smith, the Indonesian stylist, dressed all in black. Not only does he have a different top, but you'll notice that the knot on his belt is over his right hip. This is not done for comfort. This is the way they actually wear their belt all the time. They're very unique in that sense. I don't know of any other style or system that wears their knot to the side except for this Indonesian style. They're sitting there trying to set each other up. Look at the concentration. Trying to find that opening. Moving around, and when you bob and you weave, what you're trying to do is make your opponent make a move. As soon as he does, boom. Hopefully, you can counter it before you get hit. It's still 1-0 for White. There you go, time was called, so Buzz is the winner. She got called. His point called a while ago. There's our young fighter right there. Okay. It's nice to see them fight and still come out of the rings, and they got smiles on their faces. They're still happy to compete. You can see Buzz is getting a good workout out of this. They're all lined up. There was 9 competitors in the lightweight black belt. Dennis Dallaire took 4th place. They've gotten the wrong name to the wrong guy for 3rd place. If I did, I apologize. 2nd place there, Mr. Benoit. See the competitors congratulating each other. There you go. That's the lightweight black belt. Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back after this. Okay, I'm the operator for Oriental Arts Academy. I'm a 5th degree black belt, and I'm your commentator here at the Mid-Canada Karate Championships that's being sponsored by Oriental Arts Academy and also by Spooner Brothers. And I hope that you're enjoying this. Okay, we're back in the action here right now, and we're in the heavyweight division, and we have Mr. Gaudry from Little Current fighting Randy Danek from Sudbury Gojaroo. Now this, don't forget, we're in the heavyweight division now, so these guys are 165 pounds or better. right? Centering the ring is Yamanaka Sensei. There's a good shot of Don Benoit and some of the people in the crowd. Good technique. Now they're going to call the point. 2 points, White. You'll notice that we have a Canadian and an American flag up. This is to show respect to all of our competitors that are here and to honor both countries. There's a good shot of our banner to the Mid-Canada Karate Championships. Like I say, that's the 5th one we've had here. Calling points, 3 points White. That match is over. Now remember that it's 2 minutes or 3 points, okay, whichever comes first. So you don't necessarily have to go the whole 2 minutes. If a competitor goes in and scores 3 quick points, bang, 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 then it's over. Like the match is finished and you're out. Now, unless you're one of the top 4 people at the end, as soon as you finish a match and you lose, you're eliminated. You don't go back in and fight again. Okay, we have a Taekwondo stylist with a Japanese Shotokan stylist. Taekwondo competitor trains in Sudbury. The Shotokan stylist trains from North Bay, I believe. Chris is from North Bay, yeah. You'll notice difference in the fighting styles as well, fighting techniques. You'll notice after a couple of attempts where they were aborted, he finally went in and decided to do a punch. So you'll see a good call on that. Red, red, red. So it's 1-1, red 1, white 1. We've had a lot of people sponsor the tournament this year, which was really nice. As I say, we had Oriental Arts Academy and we had Spooner Brothers. And we had different people sponsoring the program and also the divisions this year, which was really nice. That was a ridge hand that Chris just tried coming up with. We'll see whether or not it went in. 2 for red, not enough. So not enough people seen it. Remember, we need 3 for a confirmation. His hands are down. You can see that Chris was ready to go in there and do a punch, but he thought better of it. His opponent put his leg down and he was ready to move right away. You have white, white, red. Two points white, 1 point red. Not enough points for white. But still 2-1 for white over red. Notice a little tap, okay? Time is over. It was 2-1 for white. Again, they shake hands at the end. It's really nice to see that. There's a good shot of our local competitor right there. You can see the sweat coming down. Now you have 2 guys in there that are really funny. I like to play as they fight. You have Andy Karnowski from Travis City, Michigan. Okay, and you have Chuck Trahan from Espanola. Now these guys know each other very well. You have 3 whites, 1 red. White will get a point. So Chuck has made the first score. Looks like Buzz went in and did that. Boom. Good point. It's 2-1 for red, but I think that might just go to 2-2, and it did. Okay, now next point is the winner. Remember that it's 3 points. Tell her laughing.